We would do well to keep a watch tonight, my friends. The villagers have seen 3 broken men skulking around the dunes west of the old watchtower.
Only 3. 3 is honey to our swords, wench. They are not likely to trouble armed men.
Unless they're starving, there is food in these marshes, but only for those with the eyes to find it. These men are strangers here, survivors from some great battle. If they should accost us, sir, I beg you leave them to me.
What will you do?
Feed them, ask them to confess their sins so that I may forgive them, and invite them to come with us to the Quiet Isle.
That's as good as inviting them to slit our throats as we sleep. Lord Randall has better ways to deal with broken men. Steel and hempen rope.
Sir, milady, is a broken man an outlaw?
More or less.
More less than more. There are many sorts of outlaws, just as there are many sorts of birds. The sandpiper and the sea eagle both have wings, but they're not the same. The singers love to sing of good men who have gone outside the law to fight some wicked lord. But most outlaws are more like this ravening hound than they are the lightning lord. They're evil men, driven by greed, soured by malice, despising the gods and caring only for themselves. Broken men are more deserving of our pity, though they can be just as dangerous. Almost all are common-born, simple folk who had never been more than a mile from the house where they were born until some lord came and took them off to war, poorly shod and poorly clad. They go away beneath his banner, ofttimes with no better arms than a sickle or a sharpened hoe or a maul they made themselves by lashing a stone to a stick with strips of hide. Brothers march with brothers, sons with fathers, friends with friends. They go off with eager hearts, dreaming of the wonders they will see, of the wealth and glory they will win. War seems a fine adventure, the greatest most of them will ever know. Then they get a taste of battle. That one taste could be enough to break them. Others go on for years until they lose count of all the battles they have fought in. But even a man who has survived 100 fights can break at his 101st. Brothers watch their brothers die, fathers lose their sons, and friends see friends holding in their entrails after they've been gutted by an axe. They see the lord who led them there cut down, and some other lord shouts, "They're his now." They take a wound, and when that's half healed, they take another. There's never enough to eat. Their shoes fall to pieces from the marching. Their clothes are torn and rotten, and half of them are shitting in their breeches from drinking bad water. If they want new boots, or a warmer cloak, or maybe a rusty iron half-elm, they need to take them from a corpse. And before long, they're stealing from the living too, from simple folk, from men very much like the men they used to be. They slaughter their sheep, steal their chickens, and from there, it's just a short step to cutting off their daughters too. And one day, they look around and realize all their friends and kin are gone. that they are fighting beside strangers, beneath a banner they hardly recognize. They don't know where they are or how to get home. And the Lord they're fighting for does not know their names. Yet here he comes, shouting for them to form up, to make a line with their spears, scythes, and sharpened hoes, and to stand their ground. And the knights come down on them, faceless men, clad all in steel. Thunder of their charge seems to fill the world, and the man breaks. He turns and runs or crawls off afterward over the corpses of the slain, or steals away in the black of night and finds some place to hide. All thought of home is gone by then, and kings and lords and gods seem less to him than a haunch of spoilt meat that will keep him alive for one more day, or a skin of bad wine that may drown his fear for a few hours. The broken man lives from day to day, meal to meal, more beast than man. Lady Brienne is not wrong. In times like these, the traveller must beware of broken men and fear them, but he should pity them as well.
How old were you when they marched you off to war?
Why, no older than your boy. Too young for such, in truth. But my brothers are all going, and I was not going to be left behind. William said I could be his squire, but Will was no knight. He was just a pot boy with a kitchen knife he'd stolen from the inn. He died on the stepstones. Never struck a blow. It was fever that did for him and for my brother Robin. And Owen died from a mace that split his head apart, and his friend John Pox was hanged for rape.
The War of the Ninepenny Kings.
So they called it. But I never saw a king or earned a penny. But it was a war, that it was.